You're still listening to Kumbang channel and this is Ktnewsmacau. Lisboeta Macau Casino Resort in Cotai partially opened yesterday, offering its indoor skydiving, 388-meter long zip line, as well as night market attractions, in addition to some shopping and dining facilities. However, its 12-story hotel premises currently remain used as a COVID-19 quarantine facility. These three main attractions are currently open every Thursday to Sunday from 2 to 10 p.m. for the skydiving and the zip line, and 5 to 10 p.m. for the Lisboeta night market that is located next to the Macau Palace, a replica of Macau's historic floating casino known as Ktnewsmacau Palace or Casino de Macau, which was also famous for being featured in the 1974 James Bond film, The Man with the Golden Sun. Macau's Health Bureau recently apologized for an incident where a person was mistakenly administered two different types of COVID-19 vaccines. The authority states, however, that based on its understanding of other vaccines, receiving different vaccine types would not increase the side effects. Meanwhile, the Prince of Wales Hospital in Hong Kong has made a similar apology to female singer Vivienne Khoo for a recent incident of inserting syringe without vaccine into the singer's arm. WhatsApp is testing a new feature that will let people message without using their phone for the first time, BBC recently reported. At present, WhatsApp is linked to a user's phone. Its desktop and web apps need that device to be connected and receiving messages. But the new feature will let users send and receive messages even if your phone battery is dead, the report points out. Up to 4 other devices, like PCs and tablets, can be used together, according to the BBC report, quoting a WhatsApp statement. The person who paid $28 million to join Jeff Bezos on a trip to space is unable to do so because they are busy, the private rocket company has announced, as reported by the Independent UK recently. Instead, the first ever paying customer of Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket firm will be 18-year-old Oliver Damon, it said. As well as being Mr. Bezos' first paying customer, he will also be the youngest person on space. Bezos is the founder and executive chairman of Amazon, having previously served as chairman, president, and CEO of the company. With a net worth of more than $200 billion as of June 2021, he is the richest person in the world according to both Forbes and Bloomberg's Billionaires Index. On February the 5th, Jeff Bezos stated that he would fly to space alongside his brother Mark Bezos on July the 20th. Meanwhile, Damon is the son of Joost Damon, the CEO of Somerset Capital Partners BV, a Netherlands-based investment firm. The cost of Damon's ticket, which his father purchased, has yet to be disclosed, The Guardian reported. In addition to the Bezos brothers, Damon will be accompanied by Wally Funk, an 82-year-old American veteran pilot, according to The Guardian report. Oliver Damon and Wally Funk represent the youngest and oldest astronauts, respectively, to travel to space, Bezos' company points out. The New Shepard spacecraft, which is scheduled for takeoff in West Texas, will launch its passengers over 100 kilometers above the Earth's surface for a mission estimated to last about 10 minutes. 3 to 4 of those minutes will be spent in space. The launch date coincides with the 51st anniversary of the Apollo moon landing in 1969, The Guardian report points out. A 6-year-old girl was killed and 5 adults were wounded in a mass shooting in southeast Washington, D.C., the U.S. yesterday. The Crown's Tobias Menzies, who plays Prince Philip in the Netflix hit series, apparently wants to abolish the monarchy and may reject an OBE title even if he was offered one, The Express UK reported. A Macau resident has been stuck in South Africa as growing violence continues to devastate the nation. Ever since chaos broke out after the recent jailing of former President Jacob Zuma, which has led to more than 70 killed in protests that also shut down the nation's economy and businesses, Johannesburg-based chef and entrepreneur turned catering and food truck businessman, as well as most recently, restaurant owner Alex Terrell, who has lived in South Africa's Gauteng province for the past decade, now wants to return home. The only problem is, he's the only one holding a Macau resident ID card. Alex told Ktnewsmacau over Facebook Messenger yesterday that due to the unstable situations in South Africa, supply chain has been affected by lootings, hence also badly affecting businesses. Alex, who just opened two new restaurants early this week, is now ready to give up everything he has, including his career there. And the 37-year-old father now wants to bring back to Macau his physiotherapist wife and two daughters, aged 6 and 3, all three not Macau residents. Alex is hoping that his family could get exempted from Macau's strict border restriction. We want to get out of here, but we need assurance and guarantee that we can enter Macau, he told Ktnewsmacau yesterday. Sending his voice message via WhatsApp earlier today, Alex shared how serious the situation is where he and his family are now that made him want to come home to Macau.
Good afternoon and greetings from South Africa to all of those listening from Macau. My name is Alex Terrell. I am a Macau resident, currently living in South Africa for actually the past 10 years. I lived most of my life in Macau, but for business reasons I moved to South Africa as an entrepreneur to establish several different businesses in the catering, food truck and restaurant industries. As you most recently know, South Africa has been hit really hard by politically driven riots and pillaging and looting and meaning that people that are currently frustrated are just taking it upon established businesses and they're burning them down and they're destroying warehouses and they're stealing from everyone. The government has been really reactive to the whole situation. They have sent out the army to put some control into what's going on in several parts of the country. However, it is really damaging because South Africa is a dangerous place. We always live in fear in this place. And myself, growing up in Macau, where you could where living in fear is non-existent and your freedom is really fantastic. In South Africa, unfortunately, it's not that way. It's a corrupt place. It is highly dangerous. You need to live in a house that has electric fences. You need to have sometimes your own personal weapons. You need to pay over and above for insurance on insurance. It is really complicated in this part of the world. My plea, I have a wife, which I've been married for 7 years, and I've got two daughters aged 6 and 3, and my entire family lives in Macau. We are appealing to the Macau government, if anyone is listening, to assist us in relocation and